All right. So, who is our American leader who would say, embrace curiosity, lean into curiosity, learn as much as you can? Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain. Doesn't ring a bell? Don't know Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain? Here's why you should. Joshua, on the second day of the Battle of Gettysburg, orders a maneuver that really wasn't used at that point in the Civil War, a bayonet charge. A bayonet charge down a place called Little Round Top. And some would argue saved the Battle of Gettysburg, and the Battle of Gettysburg helped turn the Civil War. So, why would Joshua say be curious? Well, because he would tell you that curiosity was the thing that helped him grow as a person, as an individual, and meet the goals he wanted to meet as a leader personally in his own self leadership, and then when he needed to lead others. So let's start with himself. So he was curious. So his curiosity helped him self teach, helped him learn about anything he needed to learn, let's be real, in school. But it also, curiosity helped him figure out how he was going to do things he didn't know how to do. Curiosity is the starting place to ask for help. So, being curious, he asked for help and he was able to overcome his stutter. That's a big deal because one of his goals was to continue on his education, which at that point in time was all about talking. You presented, you didn't write as much as you talked to your assignments. So, he overcame that. Great. Now he has a new goal. He wants to become a professor. Okay, so he gets out of school, he goes to the seminary for a while. Why is this important to know? Because then he started to learn how to be curious about people. So now it wasn't so much learning for his own sake. He started to learn about other people, the languages they spoke, how you are curious about your students. How do you understand your students? Every moment he was curious. He drove that curiosity into a book, into understanding someone, understanding where they're coming from, the languages that they're using, learning about things he knows nothing about. This makes him a very successful professor of rhetoric. Then the Civil War happens. And this is when it changes, where his curiosity isn't just about himself, it's about how he's about to lead others. Because he has no military background. He's a professor of rhetoric. He is the professor. The students are the ages of the people he's going to be fighting with for the most part. So he is able to turn that curiosity around, which checks the ego and says, I need to learn from people who are younger than me. I need to learn from people who have more experience than I do in military experience. Okay. Why is this important? Because he didn't have time. Curiosity is one of the best accelerators as a leader for learning and shortening the time that you need to be impactful, for you need to make a difference because you don't have enough lifetimes. So, because of his curiosity, he was able to dive into the books and be willing to truly be mentored by individuals who are almost 10 years younger than him. And all of that knowledge and all of that wisdom that he was able to absorb all the way around him, I'm going to say it again, not from people older than him or at his age, from anyone around him, he was able in a moment where it seemed desperate, where there seemed like there were no other options. He was able to pull from some of the things that he learned because of his curiosity to think about, we can do a bayonet charge. This bayonet charge may actually work. And because he is also so curious about all the men around him, he knew their stories, and they knew he cared about them. They trusted him. And as a result, the bayonet charge worked. Little Round Top was saved. And Chamberlain, some would argue, saved the Battle of Gettysburg. So, like I say, Chamberlain would say, be curious. There's so much more to Chamberlain's story and what he does after the Battle of Gettysburg that's very interesting. Curiosity continues to serve him well. So, again, take Chamberlain's story of being curious and let it help your story. Talk to you soon.